Hello, my name is Talethea, and I am hoping that you all will come along with me as I work and plan and research and execute my intent to go from working from home full time to living on board cruise ships while also working full time. So let's do it. Can I tell you something that completely changed how I think about this channel? I realized I am not building a channel that's based on like cruising per se, and I'm not even building a channel that's based on like going from working full time in my home office to working and living full time on cruise ships. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I'm building a channel that's more about freedom. And that's important, but I think it's an important distinction. Yeah, my intent is to go and see the world. I want to do stuff. I want to be able to get off work and go and visit different parts of the world and different parts of our country that I just haven't been able to see yet. You know what I mean? But more important than that, I'm really wanting to be able to create a life for myself that's based more on just the things I want to do and the way I want to show up, not the choices that up until now I've been making for myself. And I think I really want to be sure to point out that distinction to y'all because I don't think I'm by myself. I think I spent a lot of time, my 20s, my 30s, even my 40s. It's like you build your life for the things that you're responsible for. So whether that's just like your job, your career, your kids, your marriage, whatever it is, and you just go through your life trying to I went through my life trying to make sure all those people had what they needed to the best of my ability. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I was able to be present and a part of the lives of the people that I was married and gave birth to. You know what I mean? So I'm not sorry about that at all. But now that I'm at a point in my life where I'm starting to focus a little bit more on myself and what I want, getting to know myself a little bit better and purposely doing the things that like bring me joy and make me smile, it was important for me to finally start doing something that I wanted to do with my life. You know what I mean? And going after all those things that I talked about for so many years. And it's crazy because like now that I'm 50, there are other considerations. You know what I mean? Like retirement, traveling more, making more money, just making my life a little more simple, things like that. You know what I mean? Having a life that I don't just need to recoup from every weekend because I worked all week and I hated my job, and now that the weekend is here, I need a day or two just to rest to get ready to go back for the next week. You know what I mean? I don't want that kind of life, but more importantly, it's important to me to prove to myself that I'm not just stuck there. I really can kind of go and figure out what it is I want to do with my life and get busy living it. So that's kind of what I'm taking y'all along for. Partially for myself, right? So I can kind of see myself doing it, but also so y'all can catch on to this whole thing called life and options. Like you have options too. All the folks that are out there like researching vacations and researching cruises, and even the people that have heard that are catching on that this whole living on cruise ships thing is full time, it can actually be a thing. I don't think they actually just want the cruise ships. I feel like people want the freedom that being on cruise ships can get them. You know what I mean? And how much different it can help our lives to change. And that's, I don't know, what do y'all think? Like think about it. Like I don't necessarily know if when I kind of picture my life on board cruise ships, I don't necessarily think about like deck eight. You know what I mean? What I think about is like sitting on my balcony and while working. You know what I mean? Or going and enjoy the different amenities that are on the ship, but also being able to get off the ship to go and visit the other ports and see the other parts of the world that I want to see. Like, let's be honest, like most people aren't necessarily unhappy because of their job. Now, some people are. Some people hate their jobs, they hate their boss, they hate their coworkers, they hate the people they have to help. If that's the case, come on, you got to find another job. There are options out there for you. You can do it. But if you are not one of those, necessarily one of those people, like I don't hate my job, I don't hate what I do, but I do want more freedom. So if you are one of those people who doesn't necessarily hate their job, but you do want more freedom in your life, and you want more flexibility to do more with the time that you do have, you know what I mean? Then the whole idea of working to find things that will feed into that now, like that's a great idea for you and for me. How much does your life now look the way you were hoping it would look 10 years ago, 15 years ago? And it might look a lot like it, especially if it's something that you were focused on and like going after make happen. A good amount of the things that I have in my life right now are things that I was praying for 10, 15 years ago. And I'm glad to have them. However, I don't necessarily know if these are the same things that are going to help me to have a happy and well-rounded life for the next 10 or 15 years. And so that's the one I'm building now. I'm thinking about retirement, right? And I've got a few more years, probably a little more than that if we go off of our government's recommendation. But like retirement is definitely a part of the plan. But the whole idea of having more time and being able to enjoy my life like 10, 15 years from now, I'm not prepared to wait for that long. The few weeks of vacation that you get, while working for your employer, which here again is just fine. You know what I mean? Honestly, I feel like my employer gives me a good amount of vacation time. I'm hoping to use that vacation time, like when I get off, either when I get off work or for the days that I need them while I'm traveling all across the world to go and see different ports and do things with that. But is it really enough if you want to have a life that you feel fulfilled in? Is the vacation time that your job gives you enough? Like, is that enough time for you to be able to go and enjoy the kind of life that you want? Living the same week over and over again, like I don't necessarily mind that, right? I don't mind going to work and like kind of starting my day where I am and getting off and being at home. And I don't mind that part of things. What I am not a fan of right now is just thinking of all the different places that I want to go see, and the different things I want to experience that being just working in my house all day every day will not allow me to see. I want more experiences. I am purposely going to figure out how to get away from the someday, right? Someday I'll go do this thing. Someday I'll go see more things. Someday I'll visit this place, right? That is something that I am no longer available for in my life. My someday for a lot of the places that I want to go see are those some days are turning into actual dates, and that's the plan. I don't want to look back at my life 10, 15, 20 years from now and regret not having gotten up and going and doing the things that I want to do, especially when there's no reason for me not to. And I don't want that for you either, y'all. So I'm enjoying this and exploring this cruise living thing. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. Even just from the things that I've learned and the stuff that I'm planning for, there are downsides, right? Figuring out the internet. I don't intend to stay on one cruise ship, so I'll be doing some cruise ship and cruise cabin hopping, which I'm at peace with that. I'm okay with that. Laundry, medical care, working out all the logistics, right? Being away from my family, those are all real things that are concerns. You know what I'm saying? But most of my children are adults, and they are all living their lives. And so it's not like we see each other every day anyway. And then I don't know, depending on how things go, especially the more I talk it up, it sounds like at least a couple of my adult children may be with me as I go and live and work full time on cruise ships. You know what I mean? So that's kind of nice too. If they're there, great. If they opt to stay at home in the house, that's awesome too. But I just like the idea that there are options, right? That it's something that we're doing on purpose. That being said, I am ready to get rid of the whole cooking dinner every day. I'm ready to get rid of the stuff I got to do to take care of the house, right? The lawn, the maintenance of the house. I am ready to get out of the whole idea of like, I don't know, just not being able to go and see the world the way I want to, but I also don't want to necessarily leave my job to do it. So we're going from working full time at home to living on board cruise ships full time necessarily make life better. I'm not I'm not saying for certain that it will, right? I haven't done it. I know I've got a plan that I'm about to execute to find out. I honestly don't know yet, but that's why I'm documenting every step of it and I'm about to go find out. So I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to talk you into like why you should go live on cruise ships too, because you may not want to. You may cruise ship living here again may not be your dream. That may not be what you want to do. I want you to be able to watch me explore and execute. Hopefully there will be some tips or something that I do while applying this to my life that you can take and apply to your life as well. You know what I mean? And y'all will get to see all of it. You know what I mean? Watch me budget, watch me learn, watch me move around, watch me make mistakes. Watch me like take cruises, right? Figure out the internet, figure out the cost. See if this lifestyle is some as awesome and realistic as I want it to be. Maybe I'll discover it's amazing and I love it and I should have been doing it 10 years ago. Maybe I'll discover, okay, maybe it's not for me. You know what I mean? Either way, we'll learn this thing together. And I think that's the fun part. Well, part of the fun part. The other fun part will be being on cruise ships and seeing the world. I don't think cruise ships are the dream, y'all. I think freedom is. I think me being able to travel more is. I think the experiences that I'll have and get to learn and have are a part of it. Designing a life that I'm excited to wake up and go live. Cruise ships just happen to be the path that I'm using to go figure that out. So maybe your dream is different. Maybe you want to live on an RV. Maybe you want to live in Europe. Maybe you want a cabin in the mountains, a sailboat. I don't know. My goal is to help you to see that you do have a dream and encourage you while we go and figure out our dreams and our lives together. So tell me, y'all, what do you think?